winning record, and Jakub Koniar, despite his excellent performance in helping, guiding Slovakia to the semi-finals of the recent World Cup of Pool, you have to say this is something of a David and Goliath contest. And I just wonder, having missed out on the World Cup of Pool for the first time in years, will SVB be stung and be highly motivated?
Boening wins select.
Yeah, the great Shane van Boening, one of the most famous pool players in our sport. Now, of course, we've seen Jakub Koniar at last week's World Cup of Pool. They went all the way to the semi-finals and he played pretty strong every match, to be quite honest. So this is the match I've been most looking forward to in the prelims.
Nice change. Thank you.
And let's just hope Jakub
Thank you, the first rank.
can continue
Shane van
that
Boening.
form.
The crowd loving this as well. Great to see them back. So, Billy, your buddy off to a good start.
Yeah, he broke from a different spot than a lot of the other players, but it seemed wing ball seemed to still go, and got a little kiss on the cue ball there, but he's got a good chance to run this rack out.
Always prepared when he breaks off. No one studies the break-off patterns more than him, either in the arena or on a monitor somewhere.
You're right about that. Wasn't an easy shot, but you know, I feel like with it being his first match, you know, it's going to be, we're going to see some missed balls for sure, especially with the table and stuff like that, but I think it's going to be a good match overall.
Yeah, of course, this is a nice opener for Jakub to get his hand on the table and hopefully get this first rack. Just needs to control the cue ball now from the red 3 to the pink 4.
Really haven't seen much of him, you know, in the States or in super big tournaments or anything, but he looks like a solid player.
I don't think he respects reputation. He and Jaroslav Polash combined to beat the defending champions Austria in the first round at the World Cup. And the Austrians, Albin Auschen and Mario He, potted just a handful of balls in a 7-1 defeat.
Yeah, he's playing this up past the 5. That's job well done. Now, the table at the World Cup of Pool was playing a lot faster than what this table looks like. Billy, you've played on the table.
Yeah, seems like on this table here, the bed's kind of is a lot faster than the rails. The rails are playing a little soft, it seemed like, from whenever I played on it, but
Just playing this shot with a little bit of left-hand spin to avoid the side pocket, and he's overcooked it. That's not a good start, and it's not a good sign.
yeah, Shane couldn't ask for anything better than this on the first rack, that's for sure.
It's highly possible that Jakub Koniar has never played on tighter pockets before. This table, unforgiving. on this Sunday evening. I think it's worth saying that Shane van Boening doesn't miss 9 balls like that in a month of Sundays. But Jakub Koniar erred on the 8 ball, and that's why the American has taken the opening rack. So Jakub Koniar from Bratislava in Slovakia, 28 years of age. He's been playing pool now for 16 years. Career highlight for him, I suppose, being runner-up in the European 8-Ball Championship in 2014. Might well have won that event. He led Nick Vandenberg 7-3. But then mistakes and dry breaks saw him ultimately defeated 8-7. Shane van Boening, his list of titles far too lengthy to fully chronicle. The real highlight, look at that, 5-time US Open champion. To win a US Open on 1 occasion is a gargantuan achievement. To do it on 5 occasions just underlines what a great champion he is. And of course, those back-to-back World Pool Masters successes as well in 2014 and 2015. He's a big favourite with the fans. Maybe not the European fans when the Mosconi Cup's going on, though.
Picking a weird spot to break right here. It's kind of cool to see it, honestly. It's kind of like his 10-ball break, but from the side, but I don't think he's trying to make the one. I think he's trying to control the one-up table to the corner where he's breaking from, but...
Yeah, Shane's got so much experience on a pool table, and after his opponent has missed that 8 ball in the first rack, he will know how important it is to freeze him out, and if it's a safety shot, make sure you lock him up.
Nice little simple safety shot from Shane there.
Extension, please.
This is a funny little jump cue he's using. It's like both ends of...
He's darting it too.
Yeah, I've got a tip on. Usually the bottom end of the jump cue is a little fatter, but looks like both sides have got a tip.
It does, don't it? Wow. Really does.
Must have a split personality.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that type of a jump cue before. Shoot from both ends. It definitely does have it definitely does have 2 tips on it.
Extension called.
Wow, that's a first for me. I've been playing pool for a long time. Never seen that one before.
Every time he walks into a restaurant now around the world, the waitress will give him very good service because he'll be seen as a double tipper.
Didn't really have much right there besides to try to, leave him long. He was trying to put the cue ball or 3 ball on the bottom rail, but left Jakub a shot here. Oh wow, nice shot. Got a nice little rub off to 7. Perfect shape on the 4 ball.
Yeah, it was a great pot. He just put all his focus into the pot, and he was rewarded. And now this is a great chance. Doesn't have to do anything amazing from the 6 to the 7. And you just feel like this is an important 5 balls for Jakub after missing an easy ball in the first rack.
One of his great assets at the World Cup. We know about that first win over Austria, which was a runaway, but their next 2 wins, Slovakia, went down to the wire, and he remained very composed and kept himself together in the face of setbacks as they beat Czech Republic and then Japan before eventually Boys and Appleton did for them.
Well, he's just landed a little bit shy of pace here, and when you've missed an easy ball at the start of the match, he will have that thought process, so he's got to stay still and focus on delivering the cue through straight.
Jakub Koniar. Second.
So there it is. We're all locked together, admittedly very early on, 1 rack each.
It makes it fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think moving forward we're going to see the 4-inch pocket, maybe a little deeper shelf coming into the Matchroom pool events.
Thank you, the third rack. The current score is
At
1
the
rack
end of the
each.
day, these guys are the best pool players in the
Jakub Koniar.
world, and pool's all about shot making and cue ball control and pocketing the balls. So we don't want to make it too easy, do we, Phil?
Has a lot more controlled break than Shane right there, it seems like.
Yeah, he's just having a little look, because I don't think he can get the cue ball back down through the gap, so I think he's going to be shooting the blue 2 down table past the middle pocket. This type of shot's always a little bit scary when you stood behind it.
Extension, please.
What a shot that was. It's a lot tougher than it looked, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's just got to make sure he comes and leaves a nice angle, because now he's got to get over from this purple 5 to the brown 7. Has he got enough angle? Doesn't look too happy. Now if he's playing this at pace into the corner, well, he's lost the plot there, Billy, to be fair.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was thinking that he was
Ball shots.
on the four ball. I thought he might come around 2 rails and get on the top side of it, but he decided to stay under the 5, which was kind of weird. He had enough angle to come around 2 rails.
Might have partially got away with that had the cue ball not just toppled in, but now with ball in hand. Van Boening surely will regain the lead.
Yeah, on a 4-inch pocket table, you want to stay away from hitting any ball with power. Never mind the power Jakub just did. Shane landed a little straight on the 7, so he had to draw back for the 8 in the side pocket. Now he's already missed the ball in the side pocket.
You could tell by his face right there when he had ball in hand on the 5 ball. He didn't like the angle he got on the 7 straight away. Overcut it again.
And off the 7, he discovered what all of the players are discovering, that this table is really reactive when you draw back. He grossly overdid it, and the missed 8 ball followed.
Needs this cue ball to bounce, and that's okay. So it's been a strange opening 3 racks of this match. Shane Van Boning's missed a couple of balls into the centre pockets, and it's this 9 ball for a little early lead.
Yes, 2 missed 8 balls. One from Koniar in the first rack, but the one from Van Boening, that was perhaps even more unexpected. The underdog finds himself just ahead. Welcome back to Gibraltar. You know, the views from this venue. Well, I don't think for any Q Sports venue I've ever been to, the views are superior to this. You can walk on that balcony, you can see there, and you can see not just 3 countries, Gibraltar, Spain and Morocco on the other side of the water. You can see 2 continents. It really is picturesque, the very definition of. So Shane van Boening finds himself 2-1 down against Jakub Koniar. We've got 2 more last 16 matches coming up for you this evening. Japan's Naoki Oi against Eklund Kachi from Albania. And finally, the defending champion, David Al-Kaidi, takes on Skylar Woodward. So the last of these first round matches already intriguing.
Jakub Koniar to break, leading by 2 racks to 1.
Yeah, the tail of the tape so far is Shane van Boening has missed a couple of balls into the side pockets. That will help Jakub settle into the match, and I think it's fair to say he's going to be a little bit edgy. This is his first singles event where he has appeared in a Matchroom arena like this.
And these are the gold standard events, aren't they, Carl?
Yeah, that's why you play pool. Over the years, pool has been deprived of quality pool tournaments and professional setup. Now Matchroom they've expanded their events from 3 to 6. And knowing Emily Fraser, she'll want more events, so that's good news for pool players.
Definite good news. I'm excited myself, so.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get all the way back up the table to play a combo, and the spin just didn't work on these slick rails. Just trying to bank this, not into the corner, he was trying to bank it onto the bottom rail. Both players looking a little bit edgy.
Yeah, first matches seems like, it's tough to, in this atmosphere, it's definitely tough. Pockets a little tighter, not knowing how the table's exactly going to play, but I'm excited to see the rest of the matches throughout the tournament. So what do you think Shane's thinking here? Draw back for the side that he's missed in twice, or what? Obviously, but it's kind of tough. Ooh. That's definitely not what he was thinking.
Yeah, what's he thinking now on this kick shot?
He's probably going to try to kick one rail here and hit the edge of the 4 and bring the cue ball under the 9 if he can. Yeah, he hit it way too full. He's trying to get hit it a lot more thin. Maybe put the 4 ball up by the purple 5 and bring the cue ball back down to the bottom rail. But he hit it real full. Definitely not what he was wanting to do there. Jakub definitely has a chance to take the lead 3-1 with, him breaking, so.
I think for Jakub, even though it was a team event, being involved in the World Cup of Pool in one of these arenas with all of the attention and scrutiny of the TV cameras, I think that really stands him in good stead. For Shane van Boening, it's been, well, perhaps the lengthiest layoff he's ever had in his career because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And it doesn't matter, Billy, how much you practice. Nothing can prepare you for matches apart from matches themselves.
That's very true. It's a lot different when you're free stroking in practice, and then when you come out here and now we got fans back and the whole world's watching you, it's totally different pressure. But Jakub seems to be holding his own. He's holding it well, so.
Jakub Koniar wins the round.
Yes, the man from Bratislava is not intimidated in the slightest by Shane van Boening, it seems. He leads 3-1. That's the thing with this format, these underdogs can prosper. It's only a race to 7, and if they get well ahead, the favourites get under pressure and things can snowball.
Thanks, Phil. I'm with Skylar Woodward. Skylar, you're playing later, but you wanted to come and watch this match to see Shane, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. Shane's super smart. He knows the game. So come down here just to, watch him play on this table, and, I might see something that I'm not seeing or something, Plus, it's always great watching Shane.
Good start from Jakub. Maybe a bit of nerves, but 3-1 is a good lead at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. Both off to kind of a rocky start. They both missed a couple balls, but yeah, seems like it might be a good match.
Is it nerves, or is it is it the table? The pocket's a bit smaller?
Yeah, probably a little bit of all that, always nerves the first match and tight pockets, tough equipment, so.
I've got time for one question. Billy's hair.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, he's a biker.
Plats.
He's a biker now.
My goodness. He said it was a bet. He's lying. Right, back to the commentary.
Well, if Billy is a biker, he's going to be back in the saddle for the World Championship coming up next month. No bikers allowed.
Oh, that's
The
great.
fifth rack. Jakub Koniar is leading by 3 racks to 1, and he will break.
No lie, I might have to keep this this hairdo. I don't know if Emily and all them said that they like it, so I might have to keep it.
Yeah, this table's breaking very kind. The wing ball's going in, and he's got a shot at this one ball.
It's all about who's going to get the shot on the one ball, that's for sure. Everybody's, I feel like, is trying to do the controlled break, and, they're going to make a ball for the most part. And whoever gets a shot on the one and gets out, I feel, is going to win the tournament or win the match.
Cue ball just a little bit shy of pace there, so now he's got to play. Well, he's got to play a good pot, and where the 2 ball is placed, the angle it's going to go towards the pocket. You can't afford to be hitting the rail. We've seen these missed when they just flick the rail now. Job well done there. He's left himself a shot on this red 3. Automatic position because the purple 5 is over the pocket, so he can just focus on the pot.
It's been a great couple shots. He's pretty much got all the hard shots out of the way. Now it's kind of just keep your composure and finish off the rack.
Yeah, when you're playing and you see the 8 ball in the position it's in for the 9, that's always nice.
Might get to see Jakub let his stroke out a little bit right here. Can't really tell if he's got a angle to. Might have to draw back and spin it out of there. Looks like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, so he's aiming bottom left of the cue ball. Well, he got into that quite easy, didn't he, Billy?
Yeah, he hit that real well.
That's what I was saying before about how reactive the table is when you're playing with deep screw, because really that's the start of Shane van Boening's problems. In the 3rd rack, he overscrewed and missed the 8 ball to the side pocket. Couldn't quite believe just how much draw he got on the white.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, the kind of like that shot that Shane had, the bed of the table's pretty quick from when I played on it,
Extension,
and
please.
he definitely wasn't trying to come that far back, and it just seemed like it just kept rolling for him. But
That was also a pretty good shot. Played it with a bit more power just to get the cue ball away from the rail, and this is worrying times for Shane Van
Jakub
Boening.
Koniar wins the red.
It most certainly is. Before a ball was struck, I was describing this erroneously, as it turned out, as David versus Goliath. Well, if that is the case, right now David is in control. And with each passing rack, Jakub Koniar is looking more and more at home, more and more at ease, more and more comfortable. It's only just begun, this match, really, and yet already Jakub Koniar is more than halfway to victory. We didn't see this coming, Billy.
He's looking really confident, you know. First couple games were a little bit rocky for both of them, but Jakub is looking real good. He's breaking good, and he looks very focused, so I really think he's wanting to take Shane down.
And what a scalp that really would be for him. That would be one of the best of his entire career.
Yeah, that like I said, I really haven't seen much of him, you know, much of Jakub around the world, but you know, last event at the World Cup of Pool, I watched him obviously play, and I was super impressed, and he's definitely holding his own here and showing that he's at this top level with all these great players, you know.
Yeah,
best players in the world.
Leading by 4x to 1.
He's breaking really well, honestly, you know. Got another kick on the cue ball there. He would be absolutely straight in on the one. Looks like he has a super thin cut on the one ball here, which I think he's definitely going to go for it and try to play the 2 ball up past the 8 ball here. Wow. What a shot that was. I don't think you could hit that one any thinner.
Yeah, at first look, I thought I was seeing things, but
Extension, please.
that is unbelievable.
Paper thin. Definitely got the tester right here, but kind of all he has to do is make the ball, huh, Carl?
Yeah, you could see Jakub just looking down the line. I mean, previous pool tables, you wouldn't really be bothered about that. But on this one, you know, you've got to be a little bit more accurate, and he's judged these first 2 balls very nicely indeed.
Not exaggerating here, fellows, but the thin cut on the one, that's the kind of shot. It was so thin, it was entirely plausible he could have missed that completely.
Yeah, just like Carl said, how he thought he was seeing things. I thought he missed the ball completely for a second, or kicked off the rail and hit it, but nah, he hit it like absolutely perfect. So make this long 6 here, and I definitely believe he's out.
Yeah, this is a little tester. Practically rack ball. There you see, he's fired it into the left rail, and they're the type of shots what you're now going to see the players tested with. You just can't afford to hit any of that side rail.
And that is the pocket. He missed the 8 ball too in the very first rack.
Extension, please.
Now, he did get away with it. He could have left this anywhere easier, but Shane's got to have a go at this. It's very thin again. He's got to try and avoid the 9 ball as well. And he's got to get the rest out the way when he hits it.
Wow, what a shot that was.
Yeah, that was a good shot. I sort of didn't fancy him with the bridge there. I don't know why, but he played it perfect.
This definitely was a big game here. Instead of going up, Jakub going up 5-1, and now it's going to be 5-2 most likely. Or 4-2, my bad. 4-2, excuse me. Shane, this is definitely a big game for Shane here.
Shane van Boening wins the rack.
Was that a turning point? You decide. I'll tell you what though, Shane van Boening has pulled off so many wonderful comebacks in his glittering career. Could we be seeing another one this evening? It's 4-2.
Really? I didn't know that. Yeah.
Did the realisation of what he stood to achieve suddenly strike Jakub Koniar on that 6 ball? He missed it. Shane van Boening knocked in a really good pot with the bridge. And now he's got 2 racks on the board, and perhaps just as importantly, he's breaking off in rack 7, trying to get within 1.
Thank you, the 7th rack. Shane van Boening is trailing by 4x to 2. And even
Yeah, I think we're going to see Shane here do a more controlled break. He's breaking from the opposite side, or from the opposite side where he was breaking now, because he sees probably Jakub breaking so well. So we'll see what happens. Across the rack, which he's definitely not wanting it to happen. Didn't get no love on the 1 ball. Cue ball goes across the rack there, and he always preaches that in the Mosconi Cup. He always is telling us, do not cross the rack when you're breaking. So I know he wasn't happy with that one.
Yeah, that's a nice shot, especially if that cue ball is touching the purple 5 ball. That's going to cut a lot of the kind of obvious paths towards this 1 ball. So he's got to play this with a bit of right hand spin. And he's missed
Foul
it.
shot.
So it's ball in
No
hand
contact.
to
Ball in.
SVB.
Shane
Stop it.
might think about 3-fouling him right here. Oh no. Maybe he's playing the carom. Get shape on the 1 ball on the side pocket. Good shot.
Well, we've seen him miss 2 balls into the side pocket so far, but this one's a little bit easier. But it's all about the cue ball. Can he top the cue ball through and play the blue 2 in the left centre? Yes, he can. It's pretty funny, really, because at the start of the match, you know, Shane looked just a little bit edgy, which is fair enough. He's not played in a tournament like this since the Mosconi, and I don't know, it's just something about the great players where, you know, he starts the match a little bit ropey, but when he goes 4-1 down, 4-2 down, they seem to kick into gear a little bit.
It's like the greats in all sports. They seem to find a way, don't they?
Yeah, I think when Jakub missed that tough 6 ball, Shane was sitting in his chair probably thinking, this is my chance, you know. So it kind of gave him a boost of confidence, and looks like he's going to make the score 4-3 here if he clears off the last 3 balls here. So,
Billy, there's been a lot of talk this week about the winner breaks. What's your opinion on the winner breaks versus the alternate break? Which do you prefer and why?
I like the winner breaks, you know. I feel like, you know, if you're, with it being winner breaks, you're never out of the match. You know, I feel like when it's alternate break, if you're down like 5-1, 6-1 or whatever in race to 7, it's, you know, you kind of feel helpless. So, kind of my opinion on that. I think the winner breaks is the way to go. You're never out of the match. The best player is going to win. So
4-3 here, and Shane van Boening hoping to be the beneficiary of the winner's break format in this match.
Thanks very much. Got a bit of a treat here because David Al-Qaidi ready to get ready, but you said you'd give me just a couple of minutes just to see what, getting a feel of the table, just getting a feel of the atmosphere, David.
Yeah, of course. I want to watch the break. The cushion is so fast, you know, but the table is amazing. The pocket is so good. We will see what happens.
Skylar is watching the game too, so you're both very focused, but this is a special tournament for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I play, normally I play with all my friends, my family, and it's special for me. But this time is really more difficult for pandemic, but it's a special tournament for me, yes.
It has been difficult, but isn't it fantastic to see fans back?
Yeah, it's amazing. The spectator back to the venue is amazing for us.
Yeah, and they cannot wait to see you. Don't you worry about that. David, I really appreciate you coming to talk to us because I know you're about to get ready. Back to the commentary team.
Thanks, Michael. And David Al-Qaidi, not just a good player, he's a fine commentator as well. He does a lot of Spanish language commentary on
Shane van Boening is trailing by
world
4x to 3
snooker events. David and his pal Francisco Sanchez Ruiz.
That's a better break off, better cue ball control, of course. That's not going to guarantee you a shot. but it just looked better on the eye, and he's in a tricky position. Yeah, going back to the break, Billy, I'm with you. I prefer the winner breaks, and I was saying to Kelly and Alison earlier on in the comms box, I'd love to see one of these tournaments give some kind of prize for winning the lag and running the set.
Yeah, that would be...
it could be like 20 grand or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or something, or a truck in your case.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll take a truck now. But yeah, that would be amazing. It's kind of like what Earl did. I don't know how long ago it was, but something along those lines. That'd be something unique and something good for pool. And you know, if it ever did happen, you know, that would be absolutely amazing to see. And you know, that they definitely should consider something like that.
Jakub,
it's like the hole-in-one bonus in golf or the 147 bonus in snooker. The record for a 147 in snooker is £167,000. 147 for the break and 20 for the highest break of the tournament. That's life-changing money.
Oh, for sure. Definitely life-changing money. Now, which one do you think would be harder?
I think the 147 is definitely harder, for sure. But I think the reason why it's never really been done or experimented with is because I think pool organisers think it's easier than it actually is. And I think what they should do is, if it was going to come into play maybe one day, I think the players need to like tell them the pockets need to be this size and the break needs to be harder, so then it really is harder to do, because you don't want organisers thinking it's just an easy thing to do, because it isn't. I mean, you just don't see that, do you?
Extension.
No, I can't remember the last time I seen somebody win the lag and sit there and break and run the set out. You know, they'd have to be obviously, and another thing though, there would have to be a rule about combos. Like, you know, if you're breaking and running the set out and you're racing a 7, if you're on 6 games and you break and have a 1-9 combo in the 7th game, does that count as a break and run, or does the 9-ball spot?
You get your truck, Billy. You get your truck.
There you go. Well, that'd be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think that just comes down to the fact of making sure the break's not easy and the pockets are not 5 inches wide. Obviously now we're playing on this 4-inch cut. Moving forward, we could maybe tweak the break to make it a little harder, and then running the set would be really difficult. But I think it would be great even in the comms box and obviously the media that writes all about the tournaments. You can imagine somebody winning the lag and running the first 2 or 3, and then people start talking about it, everyone's ears prick up, and we're all watching the table, seeing where the balls go.
That definitely would, if it does ever happen, I hope I'm there either commentating, or I hope I'm the one doing it, or I hope I'm watching, you know.
I hope it's you doing it, so I can watch you sweat while you're doing it.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that's a good shot. I think it's just sat on top of this 7.
I can't tell if he's welded to the 7. If he's welded to the 7 and can't kick one rail, then that was a really good shot. It looks like he might have. He's looking at the 1 rail kick. Now he's gonna have to masse just a hair and try to kick the 2-ball down by the 6 and 9 on the bottom rail. Just like that, he hit it perfect. What a shot! What a shot!
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a safety battle, and it's quite fitting with the scoreline being 4-3. It's an important rack for both players, and this is very thin. Purposely played the 2-ball over there, tried to get the cue ball on the same rail and use the 3 as a blocker. Now cue ball is on the rail. There's distance but at least the two's near the rail, so it's going to go into generous pocket.
Didn't even phase Jakub.
No hesitation there. He made a very complex shot look really simple.
Well, again, he's played it very hard. When doing that, you've got to be in the centre of the pocket, and you could see it was pretty wide. And again, it's been fortunate to leave it there. But I'm sure SVB is just happy to be out of his chair and at the table as he attempts the carom on the 8 ball. Needs his 3 to bounce. If it touches the bottom rail, a little bit like that, that makes the shot a lot harder now.
Yeah, especially on the slick cloth, it makes it it's kind of hard to judge what the cue ball is going to do, but
just trying to pop this and maybe take the cue ball up towards the 5 and take a chance, but he's missed the pot.
thought he might go rail first right there, but I couldn't being that close to the rail, but he hit the ball first. I think he was trying to break the 5 out, though, is what he was thinking in his head. He just hit a little fat.
And although the 6 is very close to the 9, it is a solvable problem.
That's not bad from Shane. He does have an angle, and the 6 ball does go in either bottom pocket. I'd like this cue ball to keep rolling. This is a little tester though. Played it into the right side of the pocket just so it can slide in just off that jaw. It's been a good fight back this. First half of the match didn't quite go Shane's way, but after these 3 balls, the first 8 racks will be shared. And you would think Shane, who's the more experienced of the 2, has been in this situation many times.
And although there won't be any numerical advantage at 4-4, there is an actual advantage because, again, he gets to break in rack 9.
Shane van Boening wins the rack.
The first 8 racks have been shared. And you look back on this match and it was all about the hall at the Victoria Sports Stadium, which is very close to the airport. We're on the other side of the for the peninsula here.
Thank you, the 9th
right on
We are
the southern
currently
tip
4x
of this
each.
tiny nation. And I
Shane
must
van
say,
Boening
this
to-
venue, brand new, is state of the art.
Again, great cue ball control. If it wasn't for the ball knocking the cue ball up towards the top of the table, it would have stayed in the middle of the table, and there you can see he's no shot.
I like Billy's description earlier. He's getting no love from the one ball.
Yeah, he keeps. I mean, he's hitting them pretty well. Honestly, the cue ball keeps getting kicked. But that's the game of pool, and that's what happens. So, just has to go off of what he's dealt.
Just played off the edge of the one there for distance. Tried to get the cue ball on the bottom rail, but it'll give Jakub something to think about.
Extension called.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to bank this ball. I don't know exactly what he's going to do. And unless he just thins off the edge of it and tries to bring the cue ball back down by the 9, but probably the smarter shot. Okay. He fooled me. Nice little simple shot there. Got Shane in a little bind here now.
Yeah, hitting this one ball off one rail,
Extension, please.
it is achievable. But how do you get it safe? So is he playing a little swerve shot?
Yeah, I can't really tell what he's doing.
Or maybe he jumped over the edge of the ball a little bit and just tried to get distance, and he's got to be delighted with the outcome of that.
Yeah, that was, you know, he knew with the way the 1 and the 4 were lined up, he knew the 1 ball was going to stay there if he hit it at full. So, it was actually a really great shot. Jakub has a chance to really lock him up here. Ooh, never mind, he couldn't see the edge. I thought he was going to play him on the 7. Couldn't tell if he could see the 1 ball or not there, but he obviously couldn't. Got a little love, and Shane looks like he's hooked.
Is that love or love? I love your accent, Billy. I really do.
This would be a pretty cool shot if Shane can execute this. I don't think either one of them is wanting to shoot this 1 ball right now because the 2 and 3 are tied up. I don't think either one of them is wanting to actually make the ball, you know. That's what's cool about this tighter table, you know. You can, it's a lot harder to sit there and pound this ball in right here and come around 2 rails and break out the 2-3. So they're not probably even thinking that. They're probably thinking, oh, how can I play it safe, you know? Try to outmove your opponent. Just like that, was a great shot.
He's one of those players, Jakub Koniar, that doesn't seem to dwell on mistakes as some others. He seems to dismiss adversity from his mind a lot quicker than many other players.
Well, he needs this 1 ball to move away from the 9.
I think he's swinging at this 100 mile an hour for sure.
Yeah, he's got to have a go at this one. There you can see it clearly goes.
Definitely a free shot. Like I said, with the 2-3 hanging up, that was like the worst thing that could happen for Shane there. This is definitely pretty much like a free roll, so.
Had a couple of seconds left on the clock. Don't think that influenced the fact that the 9 ball went wide.
Yeah, this rack's all about that blue 2 ball. You can just see it there near the red.
Wow. You speared the combo right in, huh?
Yeah, and another little bounce on the 1 mat made things interesting, because he could have maybe cut it in and tried to break the bad balls out, but he's not going to do that now, is he?
No.
Well, he has done. So it
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
as thin as we thought, so that was a very useful leave.
Well, if it's any consolation, Cole, I was with you there. It can be very deceptive, some of these angles, and it worked out delightfully.
He hit it absolutely perfect. I don't think he could be any more happier than that.
He's got to be a little bit careful here, though. There's a few balls that you could cannon into with the cue ball. Judged that very well indeed. There you see, he's got to aim this far jaw. Can't afford to hit that near jaw. Well, when Shane come to the table, I've never seen this clearance coming, I won't lie.
Yeah, I definitely, this is going to be an amazing out here. Kind of got fortunate whenever he played the 1-5 combo, I think it was, right? 1-5 or 1-4, if I remember. But 1 ball came around 4 rails, and what we thought was going to have to play it safe, but he just diced it right in and broke the 2 out and got perfect. So, what an out this has been.
And this is the kind of thing he does. He makes something from nothing.
Shane van Boening.
What a boost for Shane van Boening. What a clearance. And for the first time since he took the opening rack, he is in front. 5-4 the scoreline.
even want to fade the guy. I mean, honestly, he's an all right person if you're sitting there talking, but man.
Shane Van Boening from South Dakota is a real fighter. The one ball there to split the 2 and the 3, well, that really was a vital shot in the ruck we've just seen. And Shane Van Boening leads 5-4. And once more, he has got the break off in rack 10 coming up shortly. Now, 2 other matches this evening. It's Japan against Albania, Spain against the USA. Naoki Oi against Eklund Kachi. David Al-Kaidi, the title holder, looking for World Pool Masters victory number 3 here this week, taking on Skylar Woodward.
Yeah, that really is a good lineup when you look at it.
Thank you. It's record number 10.
Oi, well, we all know
Shane
what
Van
he's
Boening
about,
is
fun and
leading by
games, and
5 racks to 4.
such a
And he
big
will break.
character, but he has got a tough match on his hands. Eklund Kachi played a really good set in his opening match. SVB, well, he's breaking in the 10th.
I don't think he can make his mind up on which side he wants to break from.
He really does have a wonderful break, though, doesn't he? You could see that. That was absolutely textbook perfection. To stop that cue ball right in the centre.
Yeah, I think he was worried about breaking from the left side. He knows that he keeps getting kissed around, and cue ball keeps getting kissed to the top rail. And if you watch him break tin ball and he breaks dead perfect, he never gets kissed usually. Just like this break right here.
Okay, probably would have liked a little bit more angle. He'll just have to play it a bit firmer now, won't he, I think? There you see he's gearing up for this shot. You can kind of tell.
Extension, please.
He's just landed on just a bit of a strange little angle, because if he plays for the pink 4 in the top left, he's got to play this really hard. So that's why he's aiming low, because he's going to draw this in and play for the pink 4 in the left centre or the corner, and that's gone wrong, Billy.
Yeah, the 4 ball don't go in the side past the 8 ball. I couldn't. Obviously, it didn't. If he, if he couldn't just slide, just kind of draw it back and play it in the side past the 8, but he must have had too much angle or something.
Well, again, didn't think it went in that side, so need to stop playing the old guessing game in the com box.
Why change the habit of a lifetime?
Yeah, keep falling into the trap of that one.
As the cue ball was going back down table there, I was convinced he was going to be out of position on this 5 ball, but it just seemed to veer off slightly to the right.
Really let his stroke out there, so you could tell he's starting to feel better than in the beginning of the match.
Of course, the Dakotas are famous for the Black Hills, and if this black 8 ball goes in and the 9 follows, Shane Van Boening will be on the metaphorical hill.
Shane van Boening wins the win.
Yes, from 4 on down, he's climbed a mountain to be on the hill. Shane van Boening showing his true colours in this match. But one has to say, he was let off the hook. Let's not forget that 6th rack when Jakub Koniar was seemingly in to clear up, and he overcut the 6th ball to the bottom corner pocket.
Shane van Boening wins the win.
The key is when you've got Shane van Boening down, you need to keep him there, Billy.
Yeah, you ain't lying. That 6 balls came back to haunt Jakub, so it's been all Shane from then. He's playing great now, and if he hits that break, if he breaks like he did that last break, you know, these people could be in a lot of trouble. Seems like everybody's getting their cue ball kissed and all that, but you know, that's why Shane is always changing it up, trying to figure out which way he could hit him to where his cue ball is just going to stop and not get touched by anything.
The 11th rack.
Obviously, it takes a little bit of luck too,
Shane van
but
Boening is leading by
he's always
6 breaks.
that's one thing I've always learned by watching
he's
Shane.
breaking on
Is
it.
always trying to figure something out about the break, like we were talking about earlier.
All Jakub can do is sit in his chair and hope that Shane doesn't have an easy opening shot. And, well, would you look at that? He does have an easy opening shot.
Unapologetically, I'm going to steal one of Billy's lines. He's got some love on the 2 ball.
He did get some love on that one. 5 ball, he's pointing at the 5 with his cue. He's thinking, got tangled up, but he's got a chance. It's got a pocket over there by the brown 7. So, with the 4 ball being so close to the side, it's not terrible. Could be worse.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Jakub sat there thinking about that long 6 ball. If he'd have potted that, he could have gone 5-1 up in this match, and that was definitely a big turning point.
Yeah, when he missed it, if you could see Shane just hop out of his chair. That's how, all of us players are really. If a ball's missed like that, we just can't wait to get back up to our table thinking this is our chance. So.
And this is the way it works. Over a career, you pot literally thousands of balls. But the ones you remember are the ones you miss. And Jakub Koniar, if he does lose this match, will never forget that 6.
Yeah, no, this is an interesting situation, isn't it, Billy? Because I don't think he can just roll this in and risk playing on that 5 past the 7.
Yeah, he might. This is definitely a little touchy shot. I can't tell if he's going to
Extension,
go
please.
into the 8 ball here or try to go into the top of the 5. Definitely going to have to get a little love here for sure, whatever he does. Okay, he could hold it.
Yeah, he tried to just roll the cue ball into that area there. And he's landed a little bit shy of pace, so this is a testing pot. Cue ball will be rolling into the 8 ball.
And now 4 pots away from setting up a terrific last 16 match against the reigning world 9-ball champion from Russia, Fedor Gorsht.
Now you're about to see Shane pot the 7 and leave a nice angle on the 8 to get back down table for this 9. He's 3 balls away from what will be, well, it'll be a good victory in the end.
For old Jakub Koniar. Hopes are rising with each passing rack. And then the 6 ball was missed. And reality bit.
Just landed a little bit shy of pace, so he's got to deal with this 9 ball, and we've seen it so far in this tournament. This can't catch any part of the rail, otherwise it'll stay on the table.
Shane van Boening.
Shane van Boening wins 6 racks on the trot. He was 4-1 down. He's loving it now, though, because he's a 7-4 victor, and he's into the last 16 to take on Fedor Gorst.